To show what the question wants us to show, we are going to make use of the fact that the sphere is in contact with the cone at 3 points, here, here, and here. And I'm going to specifically make use of this point here and this point here. So if I were to draw a line from O to this point of contact, this line here will represent the radius, which is given to us as A. And because it is a point of contact, the radius is going to be perpendicular to the tangent. This is 90 degrees. And this radius here, which is A, is also in contact. The sphere is in contact with the base of the cone. So this radius here is also going to form a 90 degrees to the base radius, which is indicated here. So in fact, we have two triangles here. And for these two triangles, they are actually similar. Let me prove to you why they are similar. I'm going to name this as A. Here, I'm going to name it as B. Here is going to be C. And here, I'm going to go for D. So can you see that these two triangles has a common angle, which is this angle here. Let me indicate it. So this is the common angle between this triangle and this triangle. Let me jot it down so we can see that angle OAD. This is the same as angle CAB. They also have another angle that are the same, which is this right angle here. So angle ADO is this, is equal to angle ABC, and they are both right angles, so it is pi over 2. And if I were to now draw these two triangles side by side for you to imagine, and subsequently hopefully we can see that they are actually similar. Let me do it now first. So for the big triangle ABC, let me draw it. So it is going to be this here, ABC. A is this angle here that we have indicated this, and B, this is a right angle, and then we have C. And we know that this length here is R, and AB is given to us as H. And for this smaller triangle, okay, it also has a right angle, so I'm going to try to match the right angle at this point D to this. So this is a right angle, and this is this point here, this is A, and they share a common angle. And this, which is our last point, this is O. So we have two triangles where two of the angles are the same. So by AA similarity, we know that these two triangles are similar. So therefore, we can say that the triangles ABC is similar to the triangle ADO because of AA similarity. And now we're going to try to match the sides, forming the ratio so that I can form an equation that can hopefully help us to prove this that the question wants us to show. So as for this smaller triangle, DO, we know the length. DO is A. So now we can form the ratio between R and A. And I'm going to try to match AB to AD. But sadly, we do not have AD immediately. What we do have is AO. Because this length here is A and AB is H. So AO is going to be H minus A. So in order for us to find AD, which is definitely not a problem because we can always make use of the Pythagoras theorem. So AD is going to be square root of H minus A square minus A square. Expanding this, we have a square root of H square minus 2AH plus A square. This is the expanded form of this minus A square. So AD is equal to square root of H square minus 2AH. And now we are ready to apply the similar triangle for the corresponding sides. So by making use of BC is to DO, we can now equate this to AB is to AD. And what is BC? BC is R, and DO, the radius of the sphere, is A, and AB is H. And DO is what we have just found, so it is going to be square root of H square minus 2AH. Multiplying A across to the other side, R is equal to AH over square root of H square minus 2AH. And if I were to square both sides, R square here is equal to A square H square over H square minus 2AH. And if I were to divide by H on both the numerator and the denominator, this will give us r squared to be equal to a square h over h minus 2a. And this is what the question wants us to show. The first thing we want to do is to find an expression to represent the volume. And I'm going to let the volume be V. So V is equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h. And we want to express this to be in terms of just a single variable. And since from the previous part, we can see that r squared can be replaced by an expression in terms of h, I'm going to replace this r squared here by a square h divided by h minus 2a. This was from the previous part of the question. And let's not forget that a is a fixed number. So for a square here, I'm going to factorize it out. So it is going to be 1 over 3 pi a square of h, multiplying it in. It is going to be h squared in the numerator and the denominator remains the same. We have this now. And v is in terms of one single variable h. And from here, we are going to find dv dh. And for dv dh, we're going to do a quotient rule. So 1 over 3 pi a squared, which is a constant, I'm going to leave it as it is. So executing a quotient rule, h minus 2a, the denominator, differentiating the numerator gives me 2h, minus away h squared, differentiating the denominator with respect to h, it is 1, divided by h minus 2a squared. This is our quotient rule, and this can be simplified. It is going to become 1 over 3 pi a squared, or for the numerator, it is going to be h squared minus 4ah divided by h minus 2a squared. So dv dh is equal to this. We are going to try to find the minimum of v by first finding the value of h that caused v to be stationary. So I'm going to let dv dh be equal to 0, which means that we will have a 1 over 3 pi a squared of h squared minus 4ah divided by h minus 2a squared. I'm going to let this be equal to 0, which means that h squared minus 2ah is equal to 0. And since h is the height of the cone, so it cannot possibly be 0 if we want to look at a situation where the cone is still going to be containing the sphere. So because h cannot be equal to 0, so I'm going to divide this by h throughout. So we will have a h minus 4a, this is equal to 0. Let me write down the reason here, because h cannot be equal to 0. This tells me that h is equal to 4a. So this is the value of h that is going to cause the volume to be stationary. We want to check whether this is going to be a minimum or whether this is actually going to be a maximum. The question requires us to check whether to find the minimum. So I can either use the first derivative test or the second derivative test. I think I'm going to use the first derivative because for dv dh, it seems to be a little bit tedious for me to differentiate another time. But in order for me to use the first derivative, it must also be possible for the expression of dv dh that is given to me, such that I should be able to discuss whether this is going to be a positive number or negative number when h is slightly less than 4a or when h is slightly more than 4a. And it just so happened that it is very easily done for an expression that is like this. If we were to just try to re-express this, let me show you what I mean. So I have this a squared, and if I were to factorize out h from the numerator, we will have a h of h minus 4a. And this is the key, h minus 4a, because h, when it is equal to 4a, it is 0. And when h is smaller or bigger than 4a, based on just this, we will be able to know the sign of dv dh, because h is positive and h minus 2a squared is also going to be positive. A squared is definitely going to be positive. It is the radius of the sphere. So the positivity of dv dh actually depends on just this h minus 4a. So with this that is being possible also, let us make use of the first derivative. So I'm going to draw a table where I will have h as the first row, and the second row is dv dh. And for the expression of dv dh, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to be making use of 1 over 3 pi a squared of h minus 4a divided by h minus 2a squared. So based on this, we are going to try to take a look at whether the sign of dv dh is positive or negative. then it's going to derive for us the shape of the graph of V versus H. So let's take a look. When H is equal to 4a, dv dh is obviously 0. That was what we first started out with. And when H is slightly less than 4a, it is going to cause this expression here to be negative. So this is going to be less than 0. It's going to be negative. And when H is slightly more than 4a, this is going to be positive, which means that for the gradient of V, it is going to be a negative gradient. So for the shape of V, it's going to be, the tangent is going to be this way. The tangent for here is going to be horizontal, and the tangent for this portion here is going to be positive gradient. So the tangent is going to be sloping this way. So based on this, therefore, we can say that V is a minimum when H is equal to 4a. Therefore, we can now find the minimum volume. The minimum volume is going to be equal to, making use of this expression here, it is going to be 1 over 3 pi a square of H, which is going to be 4a. So H square will be 4a square divided by H again, which is 4a minus 2a. Simplifying this, you will get the final answer as 8 over 3 pi a to the power of 3.